So are you contemplating getting your real estate license, but you're not quite sure yet and you really want to know what some of the pros and cons are before you make the move and before you decide to leap into it? Well, you're in luck because today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the biggest pros and some of the biggest cons of going into the real estate industry, and we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active luxury real estate agent in both California and Utah, and I absolutely love helping agents build and scale their business the modern way by leveraging the power of social media. If that's of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every week we drop a new video. So you've been thinking about going into the real estate industry, but you're really not quite sure yet, and you really want to just do your homework and make sure that you are aware of everything possible going into it. Well, let's first start out with some of the pros. Some of the pros are simply being your own boss. Yes, you get to call the shots. You are the CEO of your own business, so you get to run your business however you like. You are the one, you're in charge. So you call the shots. It is your own business. Number two, you have flexibility because you are the CEO of your own business, because you're running your own business. You have the flexibility to work as much, as little, everything in between. And so you really have that flexibility, which for some people is a giant pro. For some, it's a con, simply because if you are very, if you're hardworking and you're driven and you're motivated and you don't need somebody telling you, hey, you need to show up at this time for work, then it could be a really, really awesome thing for you because you have that flexibility. If you have to go, pick your kids up from school during the day and you have that normal 9-to-5 job, you might not have that kind of flexibility. However, if you are, running your own business and there are gaps in your day where you're like, you know what, I can make room for that, or I can make room for this because I know I'm hitting the ground hard and I'm getting all these things done that I need to get done. So number two is simply that flexibility piece. And again, it just really varies by, person by person. Like I said, for some people, that's amazing. For other people, it can be a deterrent simply because they may not have that motivation and that drive to show up every day and to put in the reps and to put in that work. Number three, helping your clients. There is nothing better than helping and serving other people. You know it, I know it. When somebody comes to you and is like, hey, you know what, here's the situation. I'm getting relocated. Can you help me sell my house? You're like, absolutely. I would love to help you. How can I help? Tell me all about it. So there is really nothing better than making connections and helping people. And that is really what real estate is all about. Originally when I first got into real estate, my brother was the one who had his real estate license, and he had actually just gotten his real estate license, and we had bought our first home, and he walked us through the process. And I looked at my brother and I was like, this was awesome. Like, not only did I get to work with like my best friend, who is my brother, but we got to spend a ton of time together. He helped us find a house that we really, really liked. And he felt good about it. We felt good. It was just the whole process. I was like, I love this. This is so awesome. So that helping factor, a lot of times those clients end up becoming best friends. A lot of times those clients are family members. A lot of times those clients are people, whatever, that you end up making connections with, and that will be lifelong friends. I don't know about you, but I always want more friends, and strong relationships and friendships are at the top of my list. Four is simply the business growth. Yes, because you are the CEO, because you have the flexibility, because you are making these relationships with your clients, you have the potential it really is limitless. You have the potential to grow your business and scale your business as much as you want. The sky's the limit. I remember when I ended up having, I had my teacher credential and I taught elementary school for many, many years while still having my real estate license. And I remember thinking, no matter how many extra degrees I have, how many extra credentials I have, how many extra units I take, I was capped at a certain salary that I could make every single year, unless I decided to take on extra tutoring in the morning or in the afternoons, unless I did a few extra things, but my salary was capped. Unlike that, real estate, you are not capped. You can keep going. You can continue to build and scale that business as big as you want or as small as you want. You get to choose. Since your business growth is, the potential has no cap, so does your potential for your salary. Your salary does not have, your income does not have a cap because your business does not have a cap. So you have the potential to grow, like I said, your business as big or small as you want, but also your salary also has that income potential is far greater than many, many other industries, simply because you're the CEO. You get to choose what you're going to do with your business, and that income level has no cap. Some people look at this as a pro and a con, but there are going to be ups and downs within your real estate business. There are going to be periods where I like to call it busy season. My husband's a tax accountant, and every year we know like there are certain times during the year that are busy season, and the same goes for a real estate agent. There are going to be certain times during your year, during, that you are simply going to be busier, and there are going to be slower times that you are going to have less work and less jobs during that time, and you're able to help less. However, for some people, that's great because they're going to use those, those slower periods of time to do other things. They might work on another business. They might double down and do something else, but you're going to have, those times that are going to be busier. You're going to have the times that are going to be a little bit slower. For some, again, like I said, they pick up another hobby, they pick up another job, they do different things during that time simply because it is a slower period for them. So let's hop into a few of the cons. Few of the cons for some is the unpredictable income. Yes, the unpredictable income. Getting into the real estate industry, there's a pretty low barrier in terms of the education that you need to have, in terms of the test that you need to take, in terms of all those different things. And then even once you do get your real estate license, the fees are fairly nominal toward, actually getting your business started, which is a definite pro. But the con that goes along with that is if you don't have the right tools, if you don't have the right training, if you're not aligned with the right brokerage or the right circle or the right people teaching and training you how to learn how to grow and scale your business, you're going to probably be floundering and thinking like, gosh, I have nothing to do. Nobody knows that I'm a real estate agent. No, so just the not knowing. And by that not knowing, that usually goes into that income and that unpredictable income. So for certain jobs like myself before, when I was an elementary educator, I knew on the last day of the month, I was getting my, my teacher's salary directly deposited into my account. Real estate is not like that. Real estate, you might help a family sell a home, but then you might not have anything for a month or 2 or 6 or, however long that ends up taking in order to get your next deal. So that income can be irregular, which for some that, may not be savers or what, that might be a really hard thing for them to do, is to go a longer period of time without that income. Number 2, going along with cons, some people say, I don't want to work weekends and nights and all those different things. As a real estate agent though, yes, you're going to work some weekends. Yes, you're going to work some nights, but in the grand scheme of things, you can actually run a really healthy business with not giving away all of your weekends and not giving away all of your nights. But sometimes people think going into real estate like, oh man, I have to work all my nights, I have to work all my weekends. It's just not true. I myself have not, and have definitely run a 6-figure business. So for me, I have not, but everybody is different. And last but not least, in terms of cons with, going down the real estate industry, is simply the patience it takes in order to get your, business running. A lot of people will say, I've got these big dreams, which is awesome for the real estate business. But after a month goes by and they don't sell a house, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, all of a sudden they start scrambling and they're like, gosh, you know what? I'm putting in the work, I'm doing this stuff, but I'm not making any money. I can't actually survive as a real estate agent going forward doing this because I don't have any income coming in. So one of the cons can definitely be that, the patience that it takes in order to really get your business going. And for me, I always say a lot of times it's a long-term game. You're learning, Sometimes people want to go on a team, and that can help, speed the process up a little bit. But the patience is a big one, because a lot of people get out of the industry simply because they're expecting to, be able to sell lots of homes in their first year. It happens sometimes, but generally speaking, it doesn't happen. So patience is that long-term play. So again, hopefully you found this valuable. Some of the pros we know: simply the flexibility. We know that you are the CEO of your own business. The potential for your business is limitless. The income is limitless. So a lot of these pros go into it, but we do know there are some cons. We know that your income, the potential is huge, but it is very unpredictable as well. The hours that you can, work to may be unpredictable. And really, patience, just practicing that patience, putting in the reps, putting in the, day-to-day things to hopefully be able to build. And if you are thinking about building and scaling your business the modern way by leveraging the power of social media, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email, and I would absolutely love to connect with you. Take care and have a great one. Bye.